Okie folks, we should be live now in theory. Sorry about that folks, just got a slight technical glitch with the HDMI cable which I was just trying to quickly sort out. But a very good evening everyone from Newcastle International Airport. Going live a little bit earlier than scheduled, and we've got Air France, Logan Air parked up, got a beautiful evening sky, and we've got British Airways A320 Neo coming in just a moment, and we've also got Aegean Airlines A320 Neo coming in all the way from Athens, from Greece, so that's just about to come in. If you're just tuning in, welcome to the live stream. If you know anyone who'd be interested in watching it, please feel free to share it with them, and it'd be great to have them on board as well. But welcome to the live stream folks. And Sam Chippers, welcome to the live stream. Wasif, welcome on board. Chris Kennedy, hello mate, great to have you with us. Hope you're having a good evening mate. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Stephen Marchant, good evening to you as well Stephen. Hope you're doing well mate. Lovely to have you all on board. It's a beautiful pink sky over in the distance just behind Newcastle Airport's terminal. Really, really beautiful. British Airways A320 Neo is just established now on the approach. You can see the landing lights, and that'll be touching down in just a moment. Got a couple of movements to see. One of them, which was Ryanair 737 MAX coming in from Dublin, looks like it's quite delayed, so I don't think we're going to see that Ryanair MAX unfortunately, as it'll be in too late for us to get it. So we've got two aeroplanes coming in just a second. We've got British Airways A320 Neo from London Heathrow, and then we've got Ryanair's 737-800 coming in from Krakow in Poland. So we've got those two coming in just a second. Aviation Liam, welcome to the live stream. Great to have you with us. I'm just trying to share the live stream folks, I shan't be a second. You can see the Ryanair's just turned in on the final behind the British Airways now. He's just coming in on the approach. Now then folks, I hope the live stream is all nice and smooth. I hope it's all performing okay. If you can let me know in the live chat, that'd be fantastic. I'm just going to have to manually focus this. So British Airways is coming in and I need to manually focus it. It is almost daylight mate, yes it is indeed. It's one of the nice things about these summer evenings is they're nice and bright. Right, there we have it. There's the two on the approach, British Airways and Ryanair. British Airways are first just to come in. There it is, it's coming in to land. So touchdown on runway 25. There we go, and that's the British Airways down on the ground. Very nice. I see there's 39 of you all tuned in at the moment. Very good evening to each and every one of you. It's lovely to have you all on board. Robert Hadfield, good evening, mate. Welcome on board. Great to have you with us. Bit of lag, okie dokie, mate. Thank you for that. Yeah, I've just seen that on my phone. There's just a little bit of lag there. Thank you for pointing that out. I think that could have been because I was holding the phone up. I'm not sure. The bit rate isn't set the highest. Mark Carden, good evening from Cramlington, mate. Good evening. Welcome to the live stream. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but for some reason 5G, because it's so fast, can also be one of the slowest, because as soon as it starts processing things, it sometimes is trying to process them too quick and you get the lag, especially when the bit rate's a little bit low as it is now. That should, in theory, be improved now, folks. Right, so that's the British Airways just landed. Golf Tango Tango November Papa, I think it is, I'm not sure. Right, next one is Ryanair's 737-800, all the way from Krakow in Poland. Here it comes. Good old 737-800. There we go, touchdown. No lag now, that's fantastic. Thanks very much. Chris, welcome to the live stream, Chris. Great to have you with us. Welcome on board, mate. That's the Ryanair just vacating the runway there. So like I say, we would have had an extra movement from Dublin, the other Ryanair 737 MAX, but sadly that's not going to happen tonight. So this is 1 Echo India, Echo X-Ray Foxtrot. Arriving at a nice time this evening. Sadly, I don't think there's any departure scheduled. The only cargo departure was to, I think it was to Cologne before, but that's already departed. So I think we'll just have the Aegean coming in. I believe there is a UK police. It's one of the most tracked aircraft at the moment. There's a UK police aircraft just near Middlesbrough way, I think, and I'm not sure what it's doing, but obviously the National Police Service are trying to get some form of use out of it, given it's had next to no use, so who knows, it might pop in here. Sam Thurloway, welcome on board, mate. Great to have you with us. Yes, Sam, this is one of our based 737-800s, Echo X-Ray Foxtrot. Oh, look at that lighting, that's beautiful. You can see the guidance system just there with the 7.3 taxiing in. Oh wow, that's a bit of a bump there. Chris, yes we have. Aye, me and my good wife, we got married. It'll be 4 weeks past this upcoming Saturday, mate. So yeah, thank you very much. It's crazy where the time goes. But aye. So I had a little bit of a wee break from Newcastle for a while, and now a little bit more free time with not travelling so much. So yeah, it's good. It's really, really good. 19 Bootsy 68 Mark, welcome to the live stream, mate. I hope you're doing well, mate. I see that you tried to do all that cycling the other day. I hope you're fully recovered from that, mate. Marty's Vlogs, hello mate. Yep, doing very well, thanks. Doing very well. Sam Chip has 1990. Yes, we'll just be getting the Aegean landing from Athens, and then that'll be it. Because unfortunately, the light is not the greatest, so even the video we will get of the Aegean isn't going to be the best, but at least we'll be able to get it. It was like when Emirates used to have the evening flight. Realistically, you couldn't get a good video of it unless it was the summertime, in which case you only got a good video of the landing, and that was if it was on time. Similar with this Aegean, really. We've just had the longest day of the year last week. Scary to think, actually, it's a week ago already. And yeah, it's a case of making the most of it whilst we still have the light. Andrew Jamieson, hello mate, welcome on board, lovely to have you with us. How's life treating you, mate? I meant to respond to you. I'm really sorry, Andrew. I haven't been on my laptop. Your post about going to Cragside. I meant to respond to that, but yeah, it looked like you had a lovely day. Hope you're keeping well, mate. Great to have you on board. Chris, if you actually go back on my channel, if you go back through the live stream section, I actually did 2 or 3 live streams from the apartment where we stayed at, which was in Madeira, and it was overlooking the runway 0523 at Madeira Airport, so it had a fantastic view of the island and an equally good view of the airport as well. So yeah, it was great. We had a fantastic time, thanks. It was really, really nice. It was a bit weird coming back to the UK because when we arrived back, the temperature was about 2 degrees cooler than what it was in Porto when we left Porto, because we went from Madeira to Porto for 2 nights, and yeah, it was a little bit weird coming back, to be honest, but nice at the same time. Certain things about home that you do miss. Greg's sausage rolls and cups of coffee and caramel donuts being many of the things that you miss, and all the list goes on. McDonald's drive-thrus. Dear. But yeah, it was a lovely time away though. John Kenneth Williams, good evening mate. I'm doing very well, thank you, doing very well. Had a bit of a cold at the weekend, but fully recovered. Fit and fighting for another day. Yeah, I definitely need to get a Cragside, Andrew. I haven't been for years. My mum used to have a National Trust membership, so we used to be able to get in there, I think for free or something. So we used to go there all the time, obviously living nearby. Cragside was just 10-15 miles away, if that, so I think, especially as I was a bit younger, you kind of fall out of love with places once you go there so many times, but definitely be nice to go there again. Definitely be nice. Thank you very much, Mark. I'm pleased you're fully recovered, mate. It looked, I think you said in your post you'd done about 45 miles or something that you'd cycled. It's pretty impressive, mate. Very, very impressive. Especially after not being well, too. The end pass, the National Police one's heading to Teesside. Thanks for that, mate. I thought it might head up here, but no, it's not looking likely. Joshy, you're going to weddings soon. Any tips for guests? Any tips for guests? Behave yourself. Yeah, that's probably my only tip. Weddings are funny things because you try and organise everyone, but then invariably something always goes not quite according to plan. But you know, apart from that, just enjoy the day. Flight image. A honeymoon wouldn't be complete without a runway view. I concur. That is so true. I mean, it's just, I think in these days it's a necessity to keep your sanity sometimes. But no, it was brilliant. It was so cool just opening the balcony door, standing out in the balcony, and then just having you know, a Ryanair or a Condor or something just touching down in front of you. It was really cool. It's really, really nice. Greg's sausage rolls, had a few of them when you were in Northumberland, Chris. Well, actually, as soon as you land in Glasgow, which we did when we came back, a week past Friday, as soon as we got out the terminal, straight to Greg's, sausage roll, cup of coffee, donut, and a yum yum. And everyone else was still waiting to pick up their bags from the baggage carousels and everything. So yeah, it was quite nice. You can't quite beat it. Yes, Lewis, it is quite mild. Tonight and tomorrow are meant to be two of the mildest days. There's a little bit of a warm area of pressure which is kind of making its way north, but then it quickly disappears by Friday. So today and tomorrow are going to be quite muggy with very mild air. So tomorrow's probably another good chance to enjoy it there. Deborah Winton, my own mother in the live stream. This is terrible. Didn't realise you were sane. Well, you know, I mean, I keep trying. I am related to you, Mum, so you know that's kind of self-explanatory. But welcome to the live stream, Mum. It's lovely to have you joining us from here at good old Newcastle Airport. Yeah, in which case, if you are watching this, you probably are questioning my sanity right now. But anyway, welcome. John Driscoll, welcome to the live stream, mate. Great to have you with us. Welcome on board. So just to give you all a quick overview of what we've got on the ground here, we've got British Airways A320 Neo from London Heathrow. We've got Ryanair's 737-800 that's just arrived from Krakow. That's one of our based 737-800s here at Newcastle. See all those happy passengers just getting off the plane with their luggage now. Happy Ryanair customers. And Loganair's Embraer 145, which is parked over there. And then over there in the distance we've got the Air France Embraer 190 all the way from Paris Charles de Gaulle. So we've got a few planes on the ground, but the main one we're waiting for is the Aegean. Any more live streams coming up, Stephen? Yes, I should have one up. I'm hoping this week from Edinburgh Airport. I'll keep you updated. It might be on Friday potentially, but it'll only be for a few hours because I just want to get the movements first thing and then come back. But if you keep an eye on the channel, I'll try and schedule a live stream in advance. That'd be great. Chris, I'd better behave. Yeah, I've got to watch me P's and Q's now. Hey, dear. John Driscoll, thank you very much, mate. Thank you. Yeah, it's nice. Honestly, just walking up here, it was just so nice to be back again. It's not the busiest in the world, but it's home. Exactly, Mum. Exactly. I had a good example, so you know, can't say any more, can I? Can't say anything. To be honest, Lewis, it's funny because a few times when I've come back and the weather's been like this and it's been sort of humid, a bit muggy, it was actually quite nice stepping off the plane because compared to when you're abroad and you're in a country where the temperature's quite hot, Canaries, for example, if you go to the Canaries, you get used to the heat very quickly. But even though it's warmer here, there's still a certain freshness in the air that you don't get in other countries. Obviously that's different when you get extreme weather the likes of last year, but you know. Getting a new twice weekly flight to Iceland from Newcastle? Not that I'm aware of. We have the Jet 2 flight to Reykjavik, which has been I think they've been doing that for a while now, but it's only usually a charter sort of flight at the end of the year. Unless I've missed some news today, I don't think so, Robert, but I stand to be corrected on that, Bob, sorry. Yeah, I suppose, Mark, it's just getting your body used to doing all that cycling again. It takes time. But to do 40 miles in one day is pretty impressive, just to go straight and hit the road. It's pretty good going, mate. But keep at it. You'll be back to doing long stints very, very soon. I'm just going to have a quick look on flight radar, folks, just to see where the Aegean is. Right, the Aegean is just 20 minutes away. So the Aegean's just started its descent over Hull, so you shouldn't be too long in coming at all now. Oh, John Driscoll, 5 gifted memberships. Thank you very much for that, mate. That's very, very kind of you. Oh, that's super, super kind of you, mate. That's really, really good of you. And to everyone who's got it, that's very kind of you, mate. That's very, very kind indeed. Thank you, mate. And so I suppose that's behoving on me to welcome as channel members Chris, Charves, Wayne Hart, Sean, Alison Johnson, and Harry Bertie as channel members. Welcome on board, and a big, big thank you, John Driscoll, for those gifted 5 memberships. That's extremely kind of you, mate. Very, very kind of you indeed. Thank you so much for that. Did I hear what happened in Stoke? No, I didn't hear what happened in Stoke. There was an earthquake. No, I didn't hear about that at all, mate. I know there's been a few over crossing a few tremors down in Wales and other places, but yeah. There's an earthquake every time you're on a Ryanair 737. No, not quite, mate. Not quite. But that's extremely kind of you, John. Thank you so much for that, mate. Really means a lot. Mark, yes, I saw Newcastle Flyer was on the Aegean. I was saying to my wife about that, how they provide a complimentary in-flight hot meal, which is pretty cool. It's got to be one of the few airlines that still provide a hot meal for free. So yeah, I'm probably going to try and fly on it myself at some point, but so many flights I want to fly on. It's just so many flights, so little time. Bit more time now, but still, you know. And Debbie Ford, hello, welcome from Kent. Welcome on board. Hello from a little bit further up north. It's great to have you with us. If anyone's just joining, I can see we've got about 64 all tuned in at the moment. We are about 20 minutes away from seeing the Aegean Airlines A320 Neo arrive, so it's not far away at all. This isn't the first time I've seen an Aegean A320 here at Newcastle. We did a few years back. We used to have a flight from Thessaloniki to Newcastle. It was just a charter flight, but we used to have that a few years back. Then we had a charter for the Greek basketball team, which came in either last year or the year before, so I got that. So it's not really the first one, but this is the first time I've seen this A320 Neo here, so that's going to be a first. Hopefully Ryanair announce hopefully, Sam. I'm hoping they announce routes from Newcastle to likes of Malta and places, because we really do need some more. We do need a few more destinations, particularly to Eastern Europe, I feel, from Newcastle. Some routes to like Romania and Hungary. One to Hungary to the likes of Budapest would be amazing. Yeah, I think we do need some more routes. Malta would be a good one. Rome Ciampino would be a really, really used route, because Jet2 operate to Rome Fiumicino, and it's always a busy flight. But if we had a low-cost one to Rome Ciampino Airport, I think that would do just as well. The Milan flight at the moment is doing fantastically well. Really good passenger numbers on that. Leo Johnson, Freebird Airlines. Do I know if Freebird Airlines is any good? I don't know, Leo, to be honest. There aren't... Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's not one of those airlines that you see many trip reports about, and it's not one of those ones that you see many videos of. But just based on that, I don't know, to be honest. They're very popular, especially with holiday makers who are wanting to fly to the likes of Turkey and so on, but truth be told, I couldn't honestly offer my opinion, because I've never flown with them and I don't know. So I'm sure there'll be other better qualified people to say. Start and descent over Humberside, Mecat62, thank you very much. Every time there's hot weather at the Toon, you feel like you did. Well, I'm not surprised, mate. The thing is, depending on where in the town you are as well, if you get in the wrong part and there's no breeze, it's not the nicest. But if you manage to get out of the coast, usually it's quite nice. British Airways should bring out the hot meals. I was watching a video summer. Yes, Chris. This is a really, really good point, Chris. So, Sunair Scandinavia is a franchisee of British Airways, and they operate flights from Denmark to lots of different places. One of those being Manchester, and the other one being London City from Billund in Denmark. They still offer a full complimentary service on an hour and a half to 2 hour flight. They aren't British Airways, but they are operating on behalf of British Airways. They can afford and manage to provide hot meals, complimentary drinks, complimentary snacks on their flights, and yet British Airways can't. There's no surprise to see the ones who are a little bit tight. And let's just say it's British Airways. Loganair have prop planes. Harry Bertie, yes, Harry, they do. They've got ATR 42 600s, the newer generation, 42 500s, which are slightly older. Some are about 25, 30 years old. And they also have the brand new ATR 72 600s, some of which Loganair have on delivery for this upcoming year. So yeah, they've got quite a few. Twin Otters as well, Chris. I can't believe I forgot about the Twin Otters. They've got the Twin Otters and the Saab 340s. I've flown on the Saab 340 from Kirkwall across to Aberdeen, and I've also flown on the Twin Otter across to Tiree from Glasgow as well. So Josh Scott saw something on Twitter that Budapest Airport are working on routes for Newcastle and Glasgow as priority. They're routes which make sense because there is a demand for routes to that. I'll give you an example, right? If you could fly, so for instance, if you fly Edinburgh to Budapest, okay, and if you book that flight for £20, because Budapest is so much closer to the United Arab Emirates and to the Middle East, you can then get a £20 flight from Budapest to Dubai or Qatar or places like that with Wizz Air and other airlines as well, Fly Dubai and so on. So they're really good connecting points as well if you want to go further at a cheap at a cheap cost as well. Alright. Only because you're flying with them to Dalmanley. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm sure they'll be alright. Like I say, there's enough people that fly with them, so I can't see them being an issue, to be honest. Right, we're just going to zoom out. Oop. Gonna zoom in. Try and capture that light. Look at that. That sunset is just... that sky is phenomenal. Sky over Newcastle Airport is amazing at the moment. So we've got the Aegean, which is just ascending. We've also got the KLM, which is not too far behind. So if the KLM is close enough by the time the Aegean lands, we might just stay for the KLM as well and get that landing, and then we'll call the day plane spotting for the live stream. Yes, Lewis, Malta Airways is part of the Ryanair group. It is indeed, and it's proven to be a very popular part of the Ryanair group as well. Very useful. Yeah, that is true, Chris. They are marketed toward business travellers, but that's besides the point. The fact of the matter is that British Airways is happy enough to cut, you know, the service on their mainline routes, and yet on other routes they're perfectly happy to provide that as normal. So it's I think it just tells you a story about the airline, which is not really a surprise. Saying that, that British Airways is looking very nice with the pink sky in the background. So that's right. The Saabs are going in July or August, I believe. The last flights aren't too far away now. It's just a matter of time. Plane's about 10 minutes out. Yep, it's not far at all now. It's not far at all. It's the logo of Newcastle International Airport there. Welcome to Newcastle International. It's quite funny actually, because where that sign is that you can see at the very top of the terminal there, that used to be the location for the viewing terrace. So before the new part was made, where the security area is, that's just recently been opened. Years ago we used to be able to go to the top of the terminal there, have a cup of coffee, sit out and just watch the airport and all the activity from the very top there. But now it's all been closed off and built in front of, so most of it is still there in the old section of the terminal, but it's no longer accessible to the public. Yep, I totally agree with you, Lewis. Totally agree. It's we are very, very fortunate in that regard. Sam, do I think Riyadh Air will start a route to Newcastle? I don't think they will, but I hope they do. Because, to be quite honest, they've obviously got a lot of money, and they're all linked to the PIF, the Public Investment Fund, which obviously owns Newcastle United now. So, given the PIF own the club, there's that link to Saudi Arabia already, and Riyadh Air, when they start, in another 2 years' time will undoubtedly want new routes. Newcastle could be one of them, but initially I thought there was a good chance it would be quite popular. Now I'm starting to believe that it might not be, simply based on the passenger numbers to the Emirates at the moment. I think if they were slightly higher and Emirates was adding a second daily flight, then yes, it would be justified, but at the moment they're not. So I don't think it is entirely... I don't really see them starting, if I'm honest. It would be nice. It would be nice even if it was just like a twice weekly flight. It would be great, but I don't see them doing that, to be honest. Sorry folks, live stream just disconnected momentarily there. We're back on now. It just was buffering for a second. Yep, Aegean isn't too far out now. He's just at just over Durham. KLM's just over York. So we're not far to go now. Got a couple of Air Indias coming from the United States, which are going to be couple of Air Indias which will be passing over from the west, heading from the US across to India. So it is actually fairly clear over to the west, so we may be able to see the contrails with them lit up in the background in a few moments. Keep an eye on that. Somebody please remind me nearer when those Air Indias come closer, because we might see them. Plenty of them. See, they're not exclusive to Scotland.
Thanks for finding.
No, I'm good. We have pests as well. BA still do... Oh wow, BA still do free drinks on long haul flights over 4 hours. Oh, that's great. That's great if you're still thirsty after 4 hours. Please Lewis, that'd be great if you could give us a heads up, that'd be smashing. Vincent. My wife is asking, why did they close the viewing area? It was all the viewing area was closed post 9/11. So after 9/11, security measures and blah blah blah, and we don't want people to be that close in proximity to planes and all this rubbish. So, and yet the irony is, you go to any other European airport pretty much, and it's still just normal. You go to Madeira, you don't even have a, bit of glass or anything between you and the airplane. You just literally stand and sit on the edge and just watch them. It's brilliant. It's really good. Chris, it'd be nice to see an Etihad or a Qatar connection. It would, but to be honest with you, it wouldn't at the same time. Etihad tried and failed with Edinburgh. Etihad is also very, very financially... It's not actually as well off as they like to portray themselves as. So, whereas Qatar Airways is great, they're in a fantastic position, but on the other hand, their route network from Newcastle, it's a different network to the one that Emirates offers. Emirates offers a far more comprehensive network, whereas Qatar Airways, less so in my opinion. It would be nice to have them, don't get me wrong, but I don't ever see it happening, to be honest. James Whale, do you think the North East could afford another airport and doesn't need one? Does it need one? No. Can it afford one? No. We can't even afford... Well, the government can't seem to afford to get the A1 dual carriageway north of Newcastle Airport. So, yeah, the answer to that is no and no. Newcastle Airport's a big enough airport. I mean, put it this way, if Teesside Airport, and this nearly happened not too long ago, about 4 or 5 years ago, Teesside Airport was on the brink of going under and closing, especially after Peel Airports Limited wanted to do away with them. You know, Newcastle Airport could absorb the traffic tomorrow. It's got the capacity, it's got the infrastructure, but yeah, does the North East need a new airport? No, it's got 2 perfectly adequate airports. Teesside, to be honest, has been rejuvenated since what's his name, the Conservative mayor, whose name I can't remember now, since he took over. Don't get us wrong, he promised he'd change the airport round. He's changed the airport round. It's got likes of Ryanair flying there again, it's got TUI flying there, it's got KLM back. It's, you know, it's doing really well, sadly for Newcastle. Yeah, if they got A321 Neo LRs, it's possible, but just because a route's possible doesn't make it feasible or financially. Sorry folks, I let the camcorder turn time out there, so sorry about that. But yeah, just because a route is just because it's possible to operate doesn't mean it's the best route to do. There's lots of cases of routes working, but I don't see that one happening here, to be honest. It'd be nice, but is it there? Oh, yeah, there it is. So we can just see the Aegean just about to turn in on final, folks. It's not too far away at all now. Not too far away at all. Just about to turn in on the ILS. There's a runway inspection ongoing. So the Ranger is just completing an inspection of the runway there. And we just, look at this, we just have enough light for this. How cool is that? So I'll pan over to the right, you can see it there. There it is, just turning in on the approach. I'm excited now, because this is the new livery Aegean as well, which I haven't seen in Newcastle. Both the Aegeans I saw beforehand were both old liveries, so this will be nice. Here it is, just turning in on the approach. Oh, Lewis, there was what? I saw that about them changing the name of the airport. That was in the paper and everything. It was in the Gazette and the Journal and all sorts. But yeah, that was a crack. Whoever came up with that idea had too much to drink or something, because it was a really bad idea. Farang Travels, hello, welcome to the live stream, mate. Great to have you with us. How are you keeping? I hope you're doing well. There we go. Look at that, we've still got light. This is brilliant. The other day the Aegean landed quite late, so the light would have been far worse than it is now. So this is brilliant. Ewan, yeah, Ewan, this is why when James asked the question about does the North East need a second airport, the answer is no, because, I mean, even likes of Loganair had their Embraers based at Teesside, and they moved them here 2 months ago, purely because it's easier to operate in and out of Newcastle as a base than it is out of Teesside as a base. You walk out of the terminal at Teesside, there's basically no taxis, no buses, and no trains. So Newcastle, you've got the Metro Link, you've got the buses, you've got taxis, it's dead easy. But yeah, just a difference in airports and difference in where they serve. KLM, it's going to come over your house. That's brilliant. Well, we'll stay for the KLM, and then once the KLM's landed, we'll end the live stream. But here comes the Aegean anyway, just on the approach. It's nearly 3 weeks since this flight began. It's crazy. It's been a while. Oh, Nicky Lacrosse, welcome on board, mate. Great to have you on board. You've literally just timed it perfectly, mate, because here it is, the Aegean's just about to touch down literally right now. Perfectly timed, mate. I hope you and Liz are doing well, mate. Look how bright those LEDs are. So you're probably not going to be able to see much of the actual aeroplane until it vacates the runway, but that is the Aegean A320neo, having arrived all the way from Athens in Greece to Newcastle International Airport. There it is. That is one of their A320neos, Sierra X-Ray November Echo Foxtrot. I'm not sure what stand they'll be parking on, but there it is. Smashing. That'll be the last one. There we go, folks. How was that? Really nice livery. I think we all agree. Do you know what? Aegean, a bit like Air Malta, was one of the first new liveries that came out when Aegean showed it to the world, and I looked and I was like, do you know, that's genuinely quite smart. It's really, really smart. And oh, it's fantastic to see it here at Newcastle at last. Been waiting ages to see that, especially as now it's a scheduled flight, and I'd love to try and take it one day at some point. Hopefully before it ends in October. or September, I think it is. Right, KLM is next, folks. KLM is our last movement of the day. Oh, I love these light evenings, it's so good. So good. Right, you can probably all just see it. KLM is just turning on the approach now. Robert Hadfield, you just had a Billy Connolly moment, oh dear. You just heard the KLM, James, nice one. I'm not sure, Chris, it does look like two birds flying, but I'm not entirely sure, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. That's the KLM established on the approach. Oh, the Air Indias. The Air Indias were meant to be going over from the US, and
It's just over there.
is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, one of them's literally just gone over, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Can't see it now. Yeah, it's a bit too cloudy. I might see the other one. There's another one just coming. Air India 144. I might get a head-on shot of that. There's a Jet 2 coming at Newcastle. I didn't notice it. Jet 2 coming in from Dalaman, straight in on the approach off the North Sea. Didn't notice that before. Well, that's the funny thing, Lewis, because you know the runway. Everyone goes on about runway length. Oh, Newcastle needs a longer runway. Blah blah blah. It doesn't. Aircraft technology's come on so much that you know realistically, if engine technology continues development over the next 10 years as what it has in the last 15 years, then you'll have an aircraft the size of a Ryanair 737-800 being able to fly non-stop from here to the west coast of the US before 2035. So in reality, you know, fuel burn and everything is coming down so much and the range is increasing incredibly. So the same aeroplane will be able to do nearly double the range that it was originally intended to do, just because the engines are burning so much less fuel. So it's good. It's very, very good. Why they're both going from John F. Kennedy to Mumbai, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Well, here comes the KLM. All the way from Schiphol, Amsterdam, the Netherlands. C-17 the other night used the intersection departure, did it? Ah, that's handy to know, Sam. Thank you for that. That's very interesting. I'll have to rewatch that on Flight Radar Playback, because that would have been cool to see an intersection departure with a C-17 as well. Ooh, is the KLM going full length? Come on, KLM, use all the runway. Yes. Oh, you gotta love the Dutch. Hey. I was hoping one of them would come all the way at the end of the runway and trust the Dutch to come all the way at the end. Beautiful. Look at the light reflecting off the fuselage. That is cool. So cool. KLM and Air France, partner group airlines. Actually, it's just partner airlines, aren't they? Partner airlines, yeah. I think he'll be going to the north side of the pier, all the way into the corner. Oh. We've got Ryanair from Dublin. Ryanair from Dublin, which is 10 minutes out. We've got the Jet 2, which is 10 minutes out as well. Can you stay for me? No? The only two might just have it. Before we make that great big trip. Well, folks, I think we'll stay live because we've got enough battery power and we've got enough light at the moment. So I think we'll stay for the Jet 2. The Jet 2 is just at 10,000 feet, so he'll be in 10 minutes, less than that probably. And the Ryanair, which is delayed, coming in from Dublin, the Max as well, that is just passing 10,000 feet as well. So they'll both be here in less than 10 minutes. So, yes. Oh, don't say goodbye yet, folks. Don't say goodbye. I didn't realise how close the Jet 2 and the Ryanair were, so... if you are tuning out, good night. Sorry, I've given you all a false pretense. I only just realised on flight radar just how close those two were, so given as we're live, we might as well just stick around for another 5-10 minutes for them. So yeah, if you are still there, hello. But we are staying live for the Jet 2 and the Ryanair coming in. They'll be in just a few minutes, and then we'll say our goodbyes. Yeah, Farang travels, and see you in a bit. And everyone else who's staying, it's great to still have you here. And if you're not staying, thank you for tuning in, and we'll catch you in a bit. But yeah, we're still going to stay alive for a few more minutes. I need to find something to blow my nose with. I did have a handkerchief somewhere. I don't know where it is. I think I've left it in there. No, I've left it in there.
I might have one.
If you do, that'd be amazing. Thanks, love.
Yeah.
Aha, good stuff. You won't even feel it, just like cool. You'll regret it tomorrow when you're heading to Aberdeen. You'll savour the moment, Chris. Very wise, mate. Very, very wise. Oh, I can hear the Air India. I can hear it, but I cannot see it. No, there's not even a contrail. Usually, if there's a nice contrail in the background, especially when the sun's coming down toward the north, it usually makes for quite a good shot, but I can't even see it overhead, so... Nah. Ah well, not to worry. So we've got the Jet 2 coming in from Dalaman, and the Ryanair as well. From Dublin. Stay until the end, Stephen. Absolutely. You're a top man. Top man. And to everyone who's still tuned in, it's great to have you all still on board. It looks like the Ryanair and the Jet 2 are fighting it out for first place on the approach. I think the Jet 2 has it, but the Ryanair looks like he's trying to... This is the problem. I need... Actually, I really should buy a scanner again, because I miss being able to listen to air traffic control. So one thing I do miss, just being able to hear what's going on and so on. But yeah, the Ryanair's just at 7,000 feet. Bob, that's what your sleeve is for. I know it's what my sleeve is for, mate, but I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to be civilised. Says the person stood at the end of a runway at 11 o'clock at night. Anyway. John Driscoll, you're still here, mate. Top man, top man. Frying Travels, it is, yes. Sounds like you've got a fantastic junior apprentice, oh dear. I know, some people, they've just no respect whatsoever. Hey, dear. I think I'd struggle, some people would, yeah. The suggestion, unless there was a McDonald's at the end of it. Yeah, Harry, it would, and more streamers are adding ATC to their live streams, so if you can't beat them, join them. But, yeah. And in case any of you were in any doubt, my wife is not only on the live stream, but she's also, yes, joining me here too, so it's great to have her on the live stream and with me. It's very, very nice indeed.
Oh, there we go.
There's the, can see the Ryanair 737 MAX. Looks like he's just entered a downwind leg for the approach. So I reckon the Jet 2 will be getting priority straight in. Yeah, the Jet 2 will be coming straight in as number one. Yeah, going straight in. Brilliant. You've got to be up at 6:30, but this is worth it. Stephen, you're a top man. Top man. And John Driscoll, again, mate, I've said it several times, but those 5 gifted memberships you gave to everyone before, that was super, super kind of you, mate. Really, really kind. To any of our new channel members as well, I probably should have mentioned this earlier. If you want to see some exclusive content which only channel members can view, please go into the go into my channel, go into the playlist section, and look for the channel members exclusive playlist. And in that folder, you'll find videos that only you as channel members can watch. So please do have a look at that. I do have a couple more to add to it in the next month or so, but yeah, we've got a few more planned anyway. Lewis, I think quite the opposite. You see, I find it quite satisfying when I hear a Northeast pilot, because they don't sound like a Geordie, because they've gone through the training system and they've had to speak prim and proper. Yeah, you can always tell when they're flying, but at the same time they just sound more refined. It sounds weird, but they sound like they're from the Northeast, but a more refined version. It's quite funny. You're Scottish, you can't do respect. Oh dear. Oh dear. We're all doomed. All doomed. Still here, Sam. Top man, top man. You've got a busman's outing tomorrow, back airside, enjoying seeing aircraft you do. Yeah. Oh, I need to go back up to Aberdeen. I haven't been up to Aberdeen. The last time I did a live stream in Aberdeen was when I was up there with my sister. The Jet 2, folks. The Jet 2 is on final. Has he just taken him to the south of the localizer and then vectored him back round again? No, that's just... Oh, that's a Jet 2 on final. Yeah. Oliver Jamel, welcome on board, mate. Hope all is good on the west coast of Ireland. Welcome on board, mate. Right, we've got the... Here we go. So this is basically what we're just watching here. So we've got the Jet 2, which is on final, fully established on the ILS for runway 25. Next, you'll just see the Ryanair, the Ryanair Max is just being vectored in behind onto the approach. And I didn't know that about Shannon having the oceanic frequency changes, mate. I didn't know about that. No, I've been out the loop for quite a while, so it was quite funny. Yesterday, was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday afternoon. I just had a little browse and I was reading some news articles on stuff I hadn't read in ages. So just interesting to realise, what's been happening in the last few months. I've been rather more preoccupied with more important matters and more important people. Right, that's the Max on final there. Sorry, on the approach, and that's the Jet 2 737 just established there. Stephen, that radar is spinning. It's spinning clockwise. Yeah, it's definitely spinning clockwise, 100%. Right, here comes the Jet 2. Good question, though. Really good question. Oh, Stephen Marchant. That's very, very kind of you, mate. Thank you so much for that. You're more than welcome. It's been an absolute pleasure. So nice to see the Aegean as well. So nice. That's very, very kind of you, Stephen. Really, really appreciate that, mate. And for all your support on the live streams too. Thank you. That's the Jet 2 just touched down. Now, hopefully, it does what Jet 2s usually do and rolls all the way at the end. Hopefully. It looks like that is exactly what they are going to do. Fantastic. Oh, we're getting spoiled tonight. Oh, I've just had a moth fly into my ear. Just suddenly got a very loud buzzing sensation. It was a moth trying to jump in. I really, really appreciate that, Stephen. Thank you so much again, mate. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, that would be confusing, Chris. That would be confusing. In fact, it's like, do you see on social media sometimes there are some of these airlines who are like, oh, it was so nice on this flight today because this father and son or this mother and daughter duo got to fly together for the first time. I'm like, I'd be paranoid. Even as a person who flies and does full flight sim sessions, I'd be paranoid. Like, if they've just had a falling out, or one of them's doesn't get on with the other and haven't spoken to each other in 10 years. I mean, that's yeah, it's not going down well. The plane will, but other than that, it's yeah, always scares me that. But they've got to be professional and they've got to be courteous and it doesn't matter, they're still family. But yeah, not to worry. Saying that, I've worked with my dad for over 10 years and we haven't murdered each other, so I can't really comment. Right, here's the Ryanair 737 MAX coming all the way from good old Ireland, from Dublin. Yep, that's very true, Oliver. Very, very true. Yeah, I've got a couple of mates who one's a flight attendant. His girlfriend works as she works on airport operations. Another one, he's a pilot, and his wife is cabin crew. So yeah, it does work, but it's interesting. Oh, come on, come all the way to the end of the runway, Ryanair. You know you want to. Come on, come on. Don't take Bravo. Just because it's a quicker way to the taxiway that we all know about. Nope, he's going to take Bravo. He's doing what all pilots should do, and that's go for the nearest exit. There we go, and that's the delayed MAX all the way from Dublin. Oh, and Nicholas, I meant to say I already messaged you, but thank you so much, Nick, and Liz as well, so much for your card, and we'll get something sorted over the summer, mate. We'll get something sorted, that'd be fantastic. There's always a good old Toby Carvery down the road at Kingston Park. A nice buffet, plenty of meat, lots of veg, mashed potato, roast potatoes, gravy dribbled on top. Giant Yorkshire puddings with nice crispy sides. You thought you were hungry? I'm starving.
I'm fine, you stop talking about food.
No, that's the problem once you start talking about food. It's like, oh, look at that. That's beautiful. Max is heading in onto the normal stand. Stand number 2. It's where the Dublin flight usually goes to and from. Harry Birdie, see you later on, mate. Great to have you on the live stream, Harry, and welcome on board as a channel member. If you heard what I said before, do check out the channel members exclusive list and you can see some exclusive channel members content. Well, from Newcastle International Airport, folks, that has been quite a cool evening. We've got the Aegean A320, the A320 Neo from Athens. We've got KLM 737, British Airways A320 Neo, Ryanair 737 MAX, and Jet2 737-800. So it's been a very, very productive evening. Not bad at all. Well, I hope you all enjoyed the live stream. Big shout out and thanks especially to John Driscoll for the gifted memberships before, and Stephen Marchant as well. A very kind donation. Really appreciate all of your support. Thank you all so much. Also, folks, I haven't posted this on my channel yet because I've been that busy, and then trying to fit in likes of this, fit in a live stream to actually give you something to watch. We hit 16,000 subscribers on YouTube the other day, so big milestone on the channel. Thank you all again so much for your support. I really do appreciate it. Chipaz 1990, good night, mate. Nicholas, you've got £7 on your Toby card as well. There you go. Sounds like a match made in heaven, mate. Frank Travels, awesome live stream, fantastic, mate. Really appreciate your support. Stephen Marchant, fantastic. I'm sure you'll have a nice time in Tenerife, mate, and we'll see you in the next live stream. Like I say, it'll hopefully be this week, but it'll probably be from Edinburgh. And Mark 19 Bootsy 68, good night, mate, and we'll see you soon. Nicholas, take care, mate, and say hello to Liz as well. Thank you all so much for watching, folks. I hope you've enjoyed the live stream. And Chris, thank you very much, mate. That's very, very kind of you. And hopefully we'll catch you in the next live stream, mate. I might see you up at Aberdeen at some point. I'm hoping to be up there in the next couple of months or at some point. Anyway, folks, take care of yourselves, whatever you get up to for the rest of the week. I hope you have an enjoyable week. And from here at Newcastle International Airport on the 28th of June 2023, thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you again very, very soon. Take care, everyone, and have a good week.